Hey folks, I know it's been a minute and I know we're about to lose this app. I just wanted to do a quick check-in. I am out here in Kansas City. Have been for almost 2 weeks now. Heading back to Arizonaville soon, but in the meantime, just catching up with people, having some whole big variety of conversations, and I wanted to check in because not too long ago we got another bonus episode of Heaven Bent, which is kind of, the podcast that was there at the start of the unfolding events we've been walking through for the last year and a half. And so I thought I'd check in, see how everyone's doing, give my highest recommendation to Heaven Bent. Hey, bud. All right. Definitely check out, season 5 has been in a whole new topic, but season 4 bonus episode 8 just released and is going over the first lawsuit. Oh, cat's about to take my phone. Hang on. So, season 4 episode 8 is called The First Lawsuit, and it goes into the work of, I'm going to butcher the pronunciation, Caleb Apont. If you remember a little while ago, I posted the link to report IHOPKC.org. That is a place for whistleblowers and people who have experienced any kind of mistreatment or abuse or witnessed things, or parents of people who've been mistreated to tell their story. You can go find that video in as long as this app exists. But otherwise, the most recent episode, if you've been watching my recent videos, I talked a lot about, what is an advocate, what is credentialing for advocacy, serve, and stuff like that. And I was really happy to hear this episode of Heaven Bent because they had an actual certified professional court advocate credentialed on there talking about that too. And so it was really validating for me to see that on there. And I really recommend going and listening to that. They had her name's Katie Fetzer on talking to Tara Jean. Katie and Caleb just started an organization called CARE, and I believe the website is stopclergyabuse.org. I might have that wrong, but if you listen to the latest episode of Heaven Bent, or go look up at CJA_ESQ on Twitter, or the app formerly known as Twitter, there's a statement up there as well that kind of covers a little bit about what their organization is there to do. It's for the victims. It's a nonprofit. We've got, an actual lawyer who works in the state of Missouri doing largely sex crime lawyering. I don't know the word, but has worked in and around abuse cases and is very knowledgeable about that. We've got a court advocate who's worked in similar environments. There's people who know how to navigate the legal system and are there to help victims, consult with, and just talk with people who are knowledgeable to come forward when they've experienced clergy abuse. And it just sounds like a really great initiative, a really great resource for people to just get education and advice. I don't want to speak beyond the scope of what it is they're offering, but the episode goes into it, so I just really recommend checking out. I know it's on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, etc. And so if you've been listening to Heaven Bent about International House of Prayer Kansas City already, the Mike Bickle stuff, then definitely go check out season 4 bonus episode 8. And something I found really helpful was Katie was on there talking about, the importance of the language we use when we're self-describing, and what the implications of certain words are. For example, the title advocate is similar to therapist, counselor. The difference between someone who's just well-meaning but untrained, uncredentialed, unaccountable, and someone who's actually gone through the certification process and has professional experience in a community of other professionals, where they are known, experienced, know how to navigate stuff, know what resources are there, know how to be trauma informed instead of just trauma aware. If you remember one of my first videos on here from October 27th, I was talking about being trauma informed, and I really could have done better to define that. I knew it's a framework and that it's more than just a person having experienced trauma or even being aware that people can have trauma, but it's actually an entire approach of handling something kind of A to Z. I've talked about that on some other videos. You know, it's more than just something someone can do from good intentions. There's actual training that goes into being trauma informed. There's actual framework around that. It's a whole method of approaching how to offer care. That you know, just experiencing trauma, being a victim, is not enough to prepare someone to care for a victim in a trauma-informed way. There's an actual framework, actual training, actual standards around that. And in fact, being a survivor or a victim can actually be the opposite of trauma-informed, because there's when something hits too close to home, when something's going to be too raw on our nerves, on our trauma, we can do a disservice to the people we want to help, because we can't check our bias that comes from our experiences and our own pain. And so that's why these professionals are out there. That's why they are trying to form this support resource for people to go and just have knowledgeable, experienced people to help them. There is, I believe, there's opportunity to donate and support. It's how they're operating is, you know, victims don't always have the funds to go and pay a lawyer, but they want to be able to offer that to people. And if you go onto their website, which is referenced in Heaven Bent, I believe it's stopclergyabuse.org. I will try and post a follow-up video soon with more information. I gotta go refresh on some stuff, but until then, definitely check out season 4 bonus episode 8, the first lawsuit from Heaven Bent and Tara Jean. Go listen to Caleb and Katie. It's only about 25 minutes long-ish. You know, it's a real quick listen, real short, sweet, simple, to the point, but every bit of it is packed with incredibly helpful information, and I recommend going back and watching my few most recent videos where I talk about the importance of, you know, the professional licenses I've held, what a professional license means as far as like standard of ethics, accountability. You know, it's essentially to become professionally licensed isn't just talking about education and experience. It is also the humility to have an accountability structure. That is the primary, like, big ticket thing that a licensing provides. It's a place where if you are falling outside the standards, you will have your license or credential revoked, or you will face discipline and have to go through steps in order to have it back in good standing, in order to be recognized as an effective practitioner who's not going to cause harm. You know, like, that's the point of these things, is it's oversight, it's accountability. And that's exactly the same stuff we're crying out for when we're trying to say, you know, that these places have hurt people, these leaders have hurt people. It's that, you know, where's the recourse, where's the place we can go to hold these people accountable? And so that's why I think it's really great that this thing that Caleb and Katie are doing is people who have put in the work to get the training and experience and submit to others in a period of learning and education before trying to help others. Because if you just shoot from the hip, you know, ready, fire, aim, build a ship at sea, that's the stuff that hurt us in the first place. That's how you get people drowning and riddled with bullet holes, you know. And so I think this is a much better resource than things that come from people who have really good intentions but just do not have the skill to back it up. And that's whether you think that people at IHOP were well-intentioned or malicious. You know, we can agree that there were people who were doing things that were really above their pay grade, above their skill, knowledge and ability to back up, and that there was no means of holding them accountable. And so I'm running out of time here. I'm going to end it there, but more to come. Have a great one.